Have you ever noticed how some people talk endlessly about what they'll do next, yet nothing ever really changes? And then there are others who quietly build while the world only sees the result. In the end, which voice truly matters, the one that speaks or the one that acts? This is the story of Claire Miller, a young woman who learned that sometimes the loudest words are the ones never spoken. Claire used to be that person, the kind who loved to talk about her dreams, her next big project, her plan. She worked as a graphic designer in a cozy studio apartment in Portland. Every few weeks, she'd post on social media, "This is the year I launched my own design brand," or "I'm finally writing that book about creativity and discipline." Her friends would cheer her on, leaving hundreds of likes and comments. And for a moment, Claire felt accomplished. But then, she'd close her laptop, make another cup of coffee, scroll through her feed again, and do nothing. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The plans got longer, the excitement faded faster, and her results? Still zero. One evening, she was on a video call with her best friend, Jenna. Claire was showing her yet another vision board for her dream brand, color palettes, mock-ups, names. Jenna smiled and said gently, "Claire, these are beautiful, but when are you going to start?" Claire froze. Start? She had started, hadn't she? She'd planned, she'd talked, she'd posted, but she hadn't actually created anything. That night, lying in bed, Claire couldn't sleep. Her mind replayed Jenna's words over and over. She realized something painful yet freeing. She wasn't in love with creating. She was in love with talking about creating. The next morning, she made a quiet promise to herself. No more announcing, no more talking about plans, just action. She deleted every work in progress post, every coming soon announcement. She turned off notifications and bought a small notebook. On the first page, she wrote 3 words: speak less, do more. That was day 1. At first, it felt strange, empty almost. No validation, no cheers, no one knowing what she was doing. Just her ideas, and the silence. But soon, something shifted. Instead of thinking about design concepts, she began sketching them. Instead of talking about writing a book, she began writing, just 15 minutes a day. The progress was slow, imperfect, but real. Every night, she'd write 1 line in her notebook. What did I build today? Some days it was a half-finished logo. Other days, just 1 good paragraph. But each small step became a quiet victory. 3 months later, she had something she'd never had before. Proof. Proof that action, not intention, is what shapes reality. One afternoon, she opened her old posts and scrolled through the endless stream of plans and declarations. She smiled, not with regret, but gratitude. Those words were a reminder of who she used to be. Now, she didn't need to tell anyone what she was doing, because her work spoke for her. 6 months later, Claire quietly launched her own brand online. No announcement, no countdown, just a link in her bio. At first, a few clients trickled in, then more. Soon, her inbox was full of design requests. One client messaged her, "Your work feels different. It's honest, real." She laughed softly. It was real because it came from doing, not talking. Later that year, during a podcast interview, the host asked her, "What's your secret to staying productive and creative?" Claire smiled and said, "My secret? I stopped trying to impress people with my plans. I started impressing myself with my consistency." The host laughed, and Claire added, "Talk less, do more, because plans don't build your future, actions do." If you've ever felt stuck in the endless loop of talking about what you'll do someday, remember Claire. Remember that no one's ever built a masterpiece through discussion alone. They built it by showing up, by starting before they were ready, by creating something no matter how small today. So ask yourself, what's one thing you can start doing right now? Not tomorrow, not when it's perfect, but now. Because the world doesn't remember promises, it remembers what you deliver. Speak less, do more, and let your actions become your loudest words. When this episode ends, take one small step. Write that page, record that idea, go for that run, and when you finish, come back here and comment one word, done. Because that one word might be the first proof of your next transformation.